Greetings denizens of YouTube. Last time I explained why the MonsterVerse Godzilla movies suck, and why the Apple TV Plus show will suck, but today I will be doing a deep dive into the MonsterVerse's secretly gay couple. That being Alan Jonah from King of the Monsters and Walter Simmons from Godzilla vs. Kong. Why secret? Well, since the audience walked into these movies just to see the monsters, the spectacle hides the gayness which passed over people's heads, but it didn't pass over my head. Now, I lightly touched on Alan Jonah being an apex homosexual in my previous video, but not Walter Simmons, so I'll be going further into Alan Jonah's homosexuality as well as Walter's, and where Godzilla himself fits in their relationship. They both don't share a second of screen time together, but there is evidence, provided by the movies to suggest their relationship. In King of the Monsters, we are provided with Alan Jonah's background, that being he was in the military and quit due to seeing the worst aspects of humanity. Why is this relevant? There are plenty of examples of war bringing out the worst in us, one of them being homophobia. The castration of homosexual soldiers and slaves was a custom of the Middle East, and Jewish tribes criminalized homosexual behavior. The Code of Ashura from ancient Assyria prescribes castration for soldiers caught engaging in passive homosexual behavior, and the custom was introduced into Persia when it was conquered. Plato once wrote same-sex love is regarded as shameful by barbarians and by those who live under despotic governments, just as philosophy is regarded as shameful by them. In modern times, castration is illegal. The United States repealed all its remaining state sodomy laws by virtue of the Supreme Court in 2003, but homophobia still exists, and is just one of the many evils to Alan that he wishes to eliminate as an eco-terrorist. Though if he were to go all-out terrorist, he should embrace Islam. In the movie, he colludes with Emma Russell to enact their plan, but he does so reluctantly. Reluctantly because gay men tend to believe that lesbians don't exist. Milo Yiannopoulos said, while he was a dangerous faggot, that lesbianism isn't real, it's just a manifestation of female misery, which is Emma Russell's character in a nutshell. When Ghidorah is king, Alan Jonah supports his reign as his global storm, and the other titans awakened will destroy the heteronormative world and humanity, now that Godzilla is out of the way. However, Godzilla defeats Ghidorah, but Kevin's head is still around, so he buys it off of Mexicans. Godzilla and heteronormativity will be explained later. As for Charles Dance's quote, the catering was sensational, that is something an actor would say. In character as sensational is like the word fabulous, a word that isn't used by 99% of the world's population, since gays use that word a lot. Now on to Walter Simmons. First, he is a billionaire, not just any billionaire, an LGBT billionaire. In Godzilla vs. Kong, he is the owner of Apex Cybernetics, a company that has to be in the billions if they are to have the resources to do what they do. As a side note, there is a hyperloop connecting Pensacola, Florida to Hong Kong, something that Walter Simmons has succeeded in what Elon Musk wants to do, but can't get his project off the ground. And even if he did, he would fail, because he is a local quack and he isn't LGBT. Walter isn't seen with a woman, nor does he show any desire for women, but he does have a Mexican daughter, Maya Simmons. This can mean Walter had a Mexican wife or he adopted her, who knows. Anyway, Walter lets his daughter run his company and do whatever she wants, since they are rich. Walter is also what I call a master groomer. We don't know much about Ren Serizawa, but we do see that Walter has successfully groomed him into his scheme against Godzilla. And in the movie, he also grooms Nathan Lind into his scheme when he and Ren meet him. Walter schemed to overthrow Godzilla, so mankind can be the apex species, by creating Mechagodzilla as possible, because of Kevin's head, provided by Alan Jonah. So how does Godzilla fit in all of this? Well, as previously mentioned long ago, this iteration of Godzilla lacks political subtext, but he is in fact the embodiment of heteronormativity. Heteronormativity implies a view of sexuality as strictly procreative, and responding to a gender binary that aligns biological sex, gender identity, gender expression, gender roles, and sexual orientation within a male-female schema. Homosexuality doesn't serve any procreative purpose, which is why it's frowned upon by just about every culture and society across the globe. Families consisting of a mother and father are seen as beneficial to raising children, which is why heteronormativity favors it. This can also explain why every MonsterVerse movie has a human family. In Godzilla 2014, Serizawa states that Godzilla is nature's order and power to restore balance. The Mutos were actually siblings and wanted to reproduce, so Godzilla stopped them from overrunning the planet with their inbred children, even though Ford did most of the work by killing all the Muto babies. Like homosexuality, incest is frowned upon as it results in unfit children. In King of the Monsters, Godzilla, the male, becomes imbued with the essence of Mothra, the female, and their combined power defeats Ghidorah. The power of the two sexes together at play. What conclusions can be made from all of this? Both Alan and Walter see Godzilla and what he stands for as a threat to their homosexual ideology and their goals. Both of them don't want to remain in the closet, and will go to great lengths to see their alternate lifestyle tolerated, when they should be thankful for Toast and Star Wars. Since homosexuals can't reproduce, Alan providing Kevin's heads and Walter providing his cybernetics resulted in Mechagodzilla's creation, which serves their conspiracy against Godzilla. However, their collusion had side effects. The Hollow Earth energy was able to bring Kevin back to conscious in Mechagodzilla, while Ren got electrocuted. Some people like to believe he's still alive, but for the sake of this assessment let's assume he's dead. Furthermore, Walter gets killed, which is another case of the bury your gays tropes in media. We don't know what Alan does during the events of GVK, because he's not in it. Even if he was, their plan did not work, because Kong ended up helping Godzilla defeat Mechagodzilla. Well, that's all I got for you. Good night.